You're live. Well, hello everyone. I'm here with Grandma, asking her about her family history within living memory, anyway. Um, Grandma, can you tell me a bit about the oldest person maybe that you knew within your life?
The oldest person would have been the great aunt that we called, and uncle that we called grandma and granddad because they brought my mum up because my mum's mother had died,
Oh, okay.
and they lived up first in Trafalgar Terrace.
Best part of Brixham, that is, person. All the best people are from there. Okay, so your great aunt and great uncle.
I shall refer to you as grandma and granddad
Yeah,
in the future, and you'll know that's who I mean.
yeah. So were they your I'm trying to think of other family trees.
Grandfather's sister.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. And whose side was that on? Sorry,
on my mum's side.
okay, all right. And you didn't know anything about your grandparents on your dad's side.
No, no, they had both. All of them had died before my mum and dad got married, so
Okay. Whenabouts did your mum and dad get married then?
like 1934, I think. They were married 15 months before my sister was born, and she was born in March 1936, so it would be right, wouldn't it? 1934?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1934. December the 29th.
Well, spot on. Whenabouts were your mum and dad born then exactly?
My mum was born 1909, and my dad, I think, was 1906 or 7 or something. I'm not quite 100% sure here.
Six.
6, was it?
Okay, so similar age to granddad's mum and dad then, were they?
Yeah.
1904, 1908?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know you said your dad wasn't around much, at least when you were young, but do you have any stories that you remember about your dad at all? Anything he told you about his childhood or his early adulthood or anything?
Not really. He started off work as a telegraph. Was it a telegram boy or something?
Yeah.
And then went into the Merchant Navy. And then, of course, um, he he didn't see me till I was about 2.5. And of course, by then the war had started, so he then didn't see me until I was about 6.
Okay.
So,
Has he gone all that time?
yeah.
Oh, that's mad, really, isn't it?
Also, when he was reported missing at sea, and he also got the OBE awarded for, what was it? Yeah, for him for bringing the ship
Saving
in,
the ship.
saving the ship. The ship had a big hole in the side where
Torpedo.
they'd been torpedoed.
Yeah, that was by the Japanese, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But of course, it was unfortunate for my dad because when he did come home, it was like a stranger, really, and while he was keen to see us, we were a bit hesitant of really who he was when we were very
Stranger in the
small.
house.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it must have been funny, really, picturing mum and dad, or mum or dad, going for 4 years, especially when you're that young.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I can remember in the war, the lady and gentleman who lived next door to me, or to Mum, to Grandma and Maya and they ran a little gospel mission. And when the siren went for the air raid to start, they would come out of their house and come in and sit with my mum. They wouldn't get in the shelter. They didn't want to get in the shelter. They just didn't want mum to be in there alone with two little girls.
Yeah.
So and then when the siren went for the all clear, they'd go back in home again.
How close were they to your house then?
Next door, one half of us in a detached house,
And where in?
This is Hillside Road.
Oh, this is Hillside.
Yeah.
You say the one you lived in?
Yeah, that was the one where these people lived.
Okay. Were you, Mum, Grandma and Auntie Cat, weren't you all at Hillside later as well, or was that only your house?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
your mother lived in number 26, which was one half of the semi-detached. And number 28 we lived in.
Yeah. And
Oh, right next door then.
yeah,
yeah.
and there were only those two houses on that side. There were only about 8 on the other side. Because I think they started to build them, and then the war came, and all the building was stopped. You know,
Yeah.
and the road was not made up. It was all one being like boulders, really, going down through
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
And
God.
then one night, a bomb was dropped about, well, would have been about 3 doors away from where Grandma's house was. If there'd been a house there, then put it that way, you know.
Yeah.
So there was a big bomb crater then.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's mad
And I
to
used
think
to-
of in Brixton. Yeah.
Used to play with a friend up that lived up there called Doreen, and we used to go down what was then a lane, which I think now is more or less a proper road. A very narrow lane that went down through and came at the top of Arkham Hill.
Yeah.
And we used to go through there and make a pick valerian and that, and make a little campsite, you know. By the time we got the game organised, it was time to go back to bed again. But that's another memory. Her father was a butcher, and he used to deliver meat to Gampton and places like that from the butcher where he worked. And we often went out on the deliveries with him, you know. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice. Early form of a pheasant watching drive.
that's right. Yeah. Because it didn't matter then, nobody had seatbelts anyway, you know, so it didn't matter if you were two little girls squashed in one seat.
Yeah.
There weren't any rules and regulations, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah. And of course there wasn't involved enough traffic either, you know.
Or even then, when there was rules and regulations, I remember coming up from Broadsands in the back of the pickups. It's not like we paid attention to them anyway. Well, no, that's funny about. Did you say it was the first house in Hillside, or one of the first ones?
Yeah, I was
On the left-hand side from the
going up on the left hand side, and I was the first baby actually born up there. My mum moved in the May, and I was born in the November.
Well, yeah.
So
Well, you got.
it ought to be called, you know, Joyside. Like this one's called Beverly Rise. Beverly, isn't it?
Joyside Road.
Yeah.
Oh, you said about your great grandfather being the first one up Queens Road.
Yeah.
We've got more firsts in this family than I realised.
Yes.
Do you have any memories of your standout memories of your dad in later life, or with Mum and Auntie Karen, or with?
Not really. Just trying to think. None of them were when did my dad die? 1970? Yeah, 1970. I mean, he always responded to children, you know, and sit on his lap and perhaps he'd read a story or something, but didn't actually do an awful lot with them other than that, you know.
No. That was quite early for Mum, isn't it? Thinking about if she's
Yes.
1966, we've only been 4. Yeah.
So, yeah, and that was, I can remember going out into Paynton Zoo as an outing once, and that was before they had like big areas for the animals. They were all like more as caged, you know.
Yeah.
But it was always quite a nice trip and do that regularly, you know. But I mean, there weren't things like a weekly or pass or a 12-monthly pass. You just paid as you went, like, you know. But we were watching a program the other night, and it's a one that was made in the 1960s, and it was, what was it, sandwiches, tuppence or something, wasn't it? 2 pence, wasn't it? Tuppence.
Tuppence from sandwich, and something was 4 pence. I can't remember what that was.
Mm.
Well, you know, he wouldn't have known. He wouldn't have known after 1971, would he? He wouldn't have known decimal
No.
currency.
Mm.
I think Mum always says it was Valentine's Day of 1971, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When they changed it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll move on to your mum then. Do you have any? Well, I should say for people viewing, what was your dad's full name and what was your mum's full name?
My dad was called John Henry Johns Hammond, whose mother's maiden name was Johns. and my mum was called Rhoda Mabel, and she was called Crane before she was called Honey.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the. So you've got Thomas, Hannaford, Hamlin, Crang. I mean, that's the four branches then going on. And yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Did you have any Do you have any memories that your mum had told you about her childhood or life before you were on the scene?
Not really. I mean, I don't remember her sort of making anything, any special reference to her, except that grandma, obviously, who she called mum, was very good to her as a little girl. She was only, I think, about 3 when her mum died, so she grew up calling her mum and didn't remember her own mum.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So from that point of view, though she was a bigger mum, she never thought of herself as being an orphan, so to speak.
No.
And of course, her real dad was in the Navy, so he could obviously look after them as children, and then that her and Auntie Gladys. And so they went to live with their aunt in it.
Yeah.
You know, and in the Trafalgar Terrace house,
Who owned that one? Sorry.
my my great uncle,
Okay, yeah.
He there was 3 stories, and up in the attic, he put a swing,
Yeah.
and if you swung high enough, you could see the sea over the houses opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can remember that.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Did your both sides of your parents go to Brixton Baptist Church, and have they always gone to the church? Or?
Yes, my mum did, and my dad went to what is now called the United Reform, which was a congregational church,
That's the Yes Centre now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, of course, when he was at sea with Myra and I, before my brother was born, went across to Holland and stayed 6 weeks while the boat was in dry dock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know
Yeah.
you'd done that. Well, you're quite well European travel wise. You've done quite well, haven't you,
That's
over the
right,
years?
Yeah, so that was quite an experience, really. I mean, my mum does, so she used to, didn't think twice about taking her somewhere, whether it was too much to handle to take 2 little girls, and I mean, it wouldn't be nowadays because everybody's doing it, but it was quite a thing in those days for people to just up them off.
Go out on an outing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we stayed. We docked in Rotterdam for a while, and then in Amsterdam, but I'm not sure which way around it was.
Oh, I've never been to Rotterdam. You've outdone me on that one.
Yeah,
Well, biggest port in Europe, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Rotterdam. Yeah.
Yeah, so and of course we went to see the Dutch Goldfields, which was an experience in itself. That was lovely.
You were doing all right, really, then, because I think you were the first ones in. Were you the first ones in Brixton with a TV as well, or were you the first ones on your street with a TV?
First ones on our street, because the elderly gentleman who used to live farther down the hill used to come up to see it. And if there were things when people went on screen, he used to look around to see if he could see where they'd gone, Yeah. I think Mum had about 20 of them in her lounge when it was the Queen's coronation,
Oh, yeah.
to watch that.
Yeah.
And there was only with a 12-inch screen in black and white, but it was better than anybody else
Anyone else had
had.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, then my mum had a chance to watch most of them, and she was feeding us all day, really, sandwiches, etc.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so.
That's weird thinking of that. I remember celebrating the diamond and platinum one. I don't even remember what year was the gold would have been 50 years. So I wouldn't have. I have been 2002, wouldn't it? 50 years.
No,
2012 would have been.
no, it'd be 47 if we got married, wouldn't it?
No, 52. Or coronated. Or sorry, but she was good.
she
Oh, she was,
coronation.
no,
but
sorry,
not the actual.
that's her birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Her
yeah,
Wedding day,
yeah,
was 47.
yeah, yeah. No, I remember celebrating the platinum and diamond ones, but I don't even remember the gold ones. So it's funny thinking all the way back that you'd have been celebrating the actual coronation itself,
Yeah.
really. Yeah. Or do you have any memories of your mum growing older and the middle age and later life, and with Auntie Karen or mum?
Yeah, her and Uncle Brian's mum took Richard and Nicola to the zoo, and I think Richard's grandma put sugar on their chips instead of salt. That was always a, standard joke, but and she had been married a couple. Well, I think she was married 3 times in all, but at that time she was married to Mr. Taylor, who used to work, I think, in the paintworks here. And,
Yeah.
So she married after great granddad died, did she? Or after?
She
No, this is, I was now talking about Uncle Brian's mother.
Okay, right.
Nothing to do with who you've been talking about before.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
But she lived in Brixham, up near the St Mary's Church, actually, and then I don't know whether her husband got transferred to London. I don't know, but
I think that's what happened.
but they went off to London to live, But,
Yeah. Okay. Did your mum and dad know granddad's mum and dad very well at all, really, or did neither of them have that much to do with each other?
I think they probably did, because my mother would have been down in the Baptist church when Joy's mum was
yeah,
there.
there was only
And
about 11 months of difference in the age.
yeah,
wasn't
so they'd both been in the choir together. I got a silver teapot that the choir gave me mother when she left.
Oh, okay.
And I had it in the garage and it went rusty.
Oh,
But and well, both our dads were Freemasons.
oh
So
yes.
they would have known each other from that.
Yeah, I remember Mum saying about the, was it Freemasons gala or ball or what?
No, they used to have children's parties.
Okay. Yeah, everyone, can't imagine at Brixton's level, it's very, people always saying conspiracy theories about them and sinister sort of stuff. I know George Washington was a Freemason, and yeah, but I can't imagine that the one outside the All Saints is up to anything particularly nefarious. Is that where it's always been? Is that where they would go?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay.
I know, saying that, I got a feeling that Bottomary Barn, there was a building that came out right opposite from Red Barn,
Yeah.
about 2/3 out across the road.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling that might have been the Freemasons.
Okay. Well, they're everywhere.
Well, it's like with the stone down at the harbour. There's a stone there in memory of Prince of Orange, right on this stone and on the spot or something. William Prince of Orange first set foot in it at one time. The water used to come as far as Bolton Cross.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it couldn't have been there that really, could it?
No, it's quite a sizable difference, really. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, when we were growing up, all the beaches had barbed wire to stop children being taken to the beach, to deter the Germans from getting ashore.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't remember that because you couldn't go to the beach, so what you didn't know, you didn't miss, really, So
That's mad thinking of someone being in Brixham not going to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are both sides of your family, are they both very long standing in Brixham, or were they from elsewhere in Devon, or?
Well, my mum was actually born in Plymstock, I think it was near Plymouth,
Okay.
or Clinton or something. I'm not quite sure. But when she came up here at about 3 years old, so she
Pretty Brixham.
yes,
It's like me being born in
And-
Torbay Hospital. I'd still
yeah.
consider myself Brixham.
I don't really know where my dad was born, to be quite honest. As I say, we didn't have, that sort of. I mean, Dad talked to you more than he talked to us, didn't he? Because you were interested
Yeah.
in what he did, I mean.
Well, my mother's side of the family, one of her ancestors was one of the people that carried Prince of Orange ashore.
Yeah. Christopher Yolden, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a book in the dentist actually. It was a history of I didn't read the full book, but it was a history of Paignton and Brixham and Torquay, and it had a little. I think I sent it to you. It had a little poem in there that he wrote for William of Orange when he landed.
Oh,
that
right.
Christopher Yolden wrote, which I thought, oh, that's interesting. That's one of ours doing that.
Yeah, it's even down the town, I can visualise what shops were there, but I can't. When I go down there and see what is there, I can't then sort of think, well, what was actually there? Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
where these spa shop is down the town was where I think it was where the cinema was, the Electric Cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
fun. Yeah, it's
yeah,
weird thinking.
When we
cinema.
when we were youngsters, we thought the cinema was quite a big place, but it wasn't all that big, but it used to get full. You used to have to queue up to get in sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And then like a man at the door, and you call him an usher, what would you call him?
Yeah, Mr. Boone.
Yeah. And he'd say, room for two, no, or there's one room for one or whatever, and then you'd get younger children hanging on to like an adult outside and say, can you take me in with you? Because they could get in for half price with an adult, but they couldn't get in at half price, so they went in on their own, you know.
And I used to go I had two mates, and we used to go, and it was £1.5 for an adult and £1 for a child.
Oh, right.
So if there was two of us going, it would be 1 and 4.80 each, and if it was three of us, it'd be 1 and 3 each.
Wow.
And one of us would go as the adult, and the other two would be for the children.
Yeah. No, it's well. Hopefully, you don't go walking down the town into the spa expecting to go and watch Wizard of Oz or something.
Well, this
Lassie, come home.
this gentleman who lived next door to me, as when I was a child, who ran a little gospel mission, he used to have a lantern slide evening periodically, and just to drop a little things, and nothing rude, to just click them over, and they came up just like a picture that would be there. Would come up on the screen, you know, but that was the nearest you got to sort of anything other than going to the cinema, really, you know.
Yeah. Well, you had a cinema at home with your fancy TV.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of what else I can ask, because obviously you didn't know as many of your grandparents as grandpa did.
No.
Have you traced anything back, Grandad, on either Crang or Hamling side that you've seen of note, or do you know how far they went back into Brixham, or whether they were?
No, I got no idea.
Was the main line you traced on your side?
Yeah. Never got around that something.
Wow.
So,
typical, eh, Grandma?
Yeah.
Typical.
Well,
Only thinks of himself.
the trouble was, what I wanted to do was to see how far back I could go, but I kept getting stuff coming up. First cousin 7 times removed, and all this sort of thing, and fifth cousin 12 times removed.
gets a bit.
Somebody's
Gets
in
a-
Ireland and that, now they are.
I guess.
So I got fed up with it now.
I think when you deviate too far from the main line of it,
Yeah.
it sort of loses interest. In
Yes,
it.
it does.
Don't care about my seventh cousin, third time removed.
No.
Yeah,
No, that's it.
yeah. I've heard the surname Krang around
There
Brixham, I
was
think.
Nigel Prang, I don't know if they're any relations or, but Nigel Prang used to swim.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, that's your mum's age, really,
Yeah,
not yours.
Yeah. Well, do you have any memories of people obviously as well, any particularly formational or influential people in your life other than your immediate family in your like early years or in your that are now I don't know, that are maybe the generation before, generation of your mum and dad?
I don't think so, I don't. If I did, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I mean, when I worked in the solicitors, Mr. Owen Senior was a,
Justice of the peace.
sorry,
Justice of the peace.
something like that, wasn't it, you know? Beyond that, I don't think I knew anybody, you know. Well, we didn't really, when with the war on, you didn't really go out that much unless you were with your mum, because, you know, you don't, I mean, we had to go to school, obviously, with the chance of being bombed on the
Yeah.
way in, which must have been a bit worrying for parents, you know. But,
not the ideal walk to school.
No.
Not like me doing my times tables with mum.
no.
Bit more tense.
Yeah,
But do you have any I'm trying to think about Brixham Baptist Church. Anything else?
oh, we had Sunday school treats, but that was when we had about 70 children in the primary and there were 200 in the Sunday school or something like that, wasn't it? Again?
Yeah.
Mad to think it
Yeah.
would have been that full
Yeah.
back then, obviously.
Yeah.
You're getting 10, I don't know how many go now to Brixham Baptist Church, but
I think
200.
Well, I
I
mean,
think there were 6 children there last week.
six children.
Were you all up in the booths upstairs then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not all.
Well, no, not all of us.
No.
That's we were in
Yeah.
them, didn't we?
You were out in the, what you would know as the bookshop.
Yeah.
That was the primary room.
Yeah.
When you got to 7, you moved out into the hall in the Sunday school.
Yeah.
And then you were segregated, boys one
Boys,
side,
girls, and
girls the other side.
Oh, okay.
And there was 3 classes downstairs where they had a bench and a chair, and the children sat on the bench and the teacher sat on the chair,
Yeah.
so that when it was time for the review lesson,
Yeah.
she'd pick a chair up and come around in front of the bench.
Okay.
And there was 3 downstairs, and then when you got after the 3rd one, then you went upstairs,
Yeah.
and then there was, well, I can only remember 4 on the boys' side, but I think it was 5 on the girls' side.
What's that?
What teachers can you remember upstairs?
Mrs. Avery, Miss your aunt,
Mrs. Great,
yeah, Mrs. Greet,
Sanders,
Auntie Nettie,
Stock,
Miss what's she called? They used to go to
Betsy.
Walworth.
yeah, that's,
Betsy, yeah.
yeah, well, that was there.
But I think we had 3, as we say, horse boxes, if you said, but I think on the boys' side, we had 2 horse boxes.
Well,
didn't
that's
we?
what I thought. Yeah, I can only I can remember all my teachers
Yeah.
from there, because the first teacher was Jeanette Lackler, and before COVID, I saw her. I used to see her regularly into the front room,
Yeah.
and I said to her one day, "Do you remember me in your Sunday school class?" And she said, "Yes." And I thought, no, is that a good thing or not?
Yeah, it's
But-
never usually a good thing when teachers say that.
But then
to me.
the next 2 was Miss Mayers and Miss Slade, and they were cousins, I think, that lived together up the road opposite the garage. And after they'd taken us, they said they'd never take boys again.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of the men in the church who were like carpenters and things like that used to make like Christmas presents. You know, like do you know what a monkey on the stick is when you squeeze in and the monkey goes over?
Yes.
Yeah, like things like that for the boys and trolleys for bricks to go in, etc. And
Oh,
then the
that's good.
ladies would make sort of like perhaps, well, little felt slippers or various things, or dress a doll, and
Yeah.
so that every child had a Christmas present, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and in those days, we used to have a book, and you collected to stick a text in each week. I think you had to get 6 small text, and then you would get a big one. And once you got 6
Big
big
ones.
ones, you got a book.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
wasn't a question of you had to go, 52 times out of 52 to get a prize. You
Yeah.
just get it as and when you worked it out, when it worked out for you. So that was quite nice,
Yeah.
And then, of course, for Christmas, before Phil came and did away with the window that looked into the church on the side, they used to have one of the workmen made a fireplace like that, and part of the Christmas would come in from the church down the chimney and into the
Oh wow.
yeah.
I remember that actually.
Yeah.
It feels like ages ago since that.
So-
Yeah, I remember that. So
So,
I don't know when he did away with that, but I do remember that being there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's used to be quite eventful,
The thing was, nowadays, no child would think anything about what we used to have. I mean, they think, well, what on earth's the point in that? Whereas to us, who had nothing to start with,
Yeah.
everything was brilliant. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
and any sort
Grateful for what you
of,
had.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we would think about, getting a monkey up the stick,
Yeah. Bit simpler back then.
It was.
People were happier, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sort of right from the word go really at school and at grammar school, not liking to be different to anyone else. And my dad used to bring home things like a lovely box of crayons, all different colours, really,
Yeah.
and everybody else, well, everybody, but just bits and pieces of what they could get, because
Yeah.
even though when the war finished, a lot of it wasn't available for years
Yeah.
afterwards, and
You wouldn't
I
have
know.
liked me in school, Grandma, if you wanted to be the same as everyone else. I'm coming in with my banjo.
and then Auntie Myra embroidered a shoe bag for me, which was like fawn with a pink flower on it. And there were several things like that I was appreciative, and I didn't have the heart to say, please don't do it. But
Yeah.
I felt I didn't want people sort of
Singled out. I'm going to get bullied.
Yeah. So, but,
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else then that you'd like to say about? We'll do another one for you and Grandad. We'll do ones
Yeah.
about your lives in particular and memories that you have and things like that. That you have anything else left that you'd like to say about anyone else before you or anyone who's gone now or?
No, I don't think, we just sort of, we used to stay at home during the week, and at the weekends, because my dad was away in the war, and well, he'd been away at sea anyway, but because of that, we used to go up to my grandma's, and up to Volga Terrace, and stay the weekend up there, and then come back again after that. But I remember my mum saying, go quickly underneath the arch where the bridge where the train ran over, because it used to like lungs with things dripping down at you, and
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. But
well, it was like icicles would be. So
Stalactites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she was always, got your Sunday clothes on,
Yeah.
had to dodge the drips. But
Well, you sound like you had a more fun time at your grandparents when your parents went away or whatever. When I came down here and stayed with you, my appendix was about to explode inside my body. So
Yeah.
yeah, whenever mum and dad went away, it wasn't a great time for me. It wasn't a great time for me.
Oh, when
Wasn't a great time for me either.
No, you'd take me to Torbay at 3 a.m. or
when my dad used to come into dock, Liverpool, Southampton, or wherever, sometimes, and we'd go with mum up to see him. But if it was only like a 48-hour thing, we often stayed home. We had all sorts of people where my mum would ask to look after Myra and I while she went, and we stayed with, oh, I can think of about 5 or 6 different people that looked after us,
yeah.
came and stayed with us, and either stayed at the house or we went to them,
So did your mum go a 4-year stint without seeing your dad as well?
in the war, yes.
It must have been
Yeah.
quite straight. Obviously, it would have been strange for you not knowing him at all, but it must have been quite strange for her in a way,
That's
not
right.
seeing someone for
Yeah.
4 years and then.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, sort of, if you added up the years that they actually spent together as a married couple, like how many years it would actually amount to, really, because, you celebrate like a golden wedding or whatever like that, which they didn't do, obviously, because they didn't get that far, but, if you took it all the months
Yeah.
and years away.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Well,
yeah, she's,
you and Grandpa have certainly made up for it. I think getting your letter from King Charles, or was it the Queen?
The Queen.
Sorry, it was the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? It was
We had-
1959, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
you
We
3
had
years off.
we had the 60th from the Queen and the 65th from King Charles.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know that they do one after platinum, do they?
Oh, yeah, they do something.
Was it? But platinum is 70, I think.
Well, they do 60 and 65.
I mean, I don't think they do anything after 70, or at least I'm not aware of a term for anything after 70. But
I
I don't know how long the longest married couple have been together for. I don't know what the record for that would be. I know what the record for the oldest person is. He's still got to go away to beat that one. And
Yeah.
she's a French woman who was 122 years
oh
old.
my word.
So
Yeah, just imagine putting up with me that long.
yeah, not sure we could take that.
Oh, dear.
Well, there we are then. Right. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and I shall do another stream with Grandpa and Grandma separately, talking about their individual lives. So there we go. See you later, everyone. There you go, Grandma.